Edition of Agent Power Hour. And guess who's steering this wild ride? Your favorite real estate rebels. So first off, we've got the digital wizard, Jim Hund. This man's got more SEO and AI tricks up his sleeve than a magician's got rabbits. Ready to watch your listings vanish from the market? Well, Jim's your guy. Up next, the one-man army, Kyle Powers. If there's a way to win in real estate, you bet Kyle's already 10 steps ahead. This dude just isn't in the game. He's the MVP. How about brain power? Well, we got it. Peter Tulin's here, Mr. Google Business himself, turning complex systems into a walk in the park. When Peter talks strategy, the market listens. And you guys know me, Adam Gillespie, your AI and CRM guru. I'm here to decode the tech and lead the charge into the future of real estate. So strap in, guys. This week on Agent Power Hour, we're cranking it up a notch with the digital dynamo himself, Ryan from Actually Agents. Ryan's not just playing the digital game, he's rewriting the rules. With over 8,000 agents in his online community, this guy knows a thing or two about making waves in the real estate world. Excuse me. He's the go-to for cutting-edge marketing strategies that actually work. And Ryan's insights, they're like gold dust for agents looking to level up their game. So juggling a dozen states as a mortgage broker, Ryan's using his online clout to crush it in the real estate world. He's proof that a strong digital presence equals real-life success. So get ready to be schooled in the art of modern marketing and digital domination. Ryan's about ready to drop some serious knowledge bombs on us. So with that being said, what is up, Ryan?
What is up? I see all those guitars. You definitely, are you singing with them too? You got a voice. You got it, man. You're down.
Dude, no, you don't want to hear my voice. I sound like a foghorn.
Oh, man, that intro. That was some radio level intro right there.
Thanks.
Nice work, dude. That was great. That was great. No, yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of jump right in. This Luca was on here earlier, aka Actually Agents. When did he come? Like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. Anyway, I help run, the back end marketing. I do the newsletters. I set up the lead magnets. I do all these different things. Help manage the community, grow it, host events, I do a bunch of stuff to Luke and I attack it, but Luke is the meme guy. I'm not the meme guy, sadly. But as Adam kind of alluded to, I'm here just to, talk all things lead magnets and just kind of get into it. And hopefully you guys walk away with some value. I recently did an event that, lead magnets, marketing's kind of like a pendulum. Lead magnets are super in right now. Long form YouTube video is super in right now. So it's one of those things that a lot of people talk about. They're like, oh my gosh, you need to set up a lead magnet. You need to bring them here. You need to deliver it. And everyone just sits there like, what? Like, I have to set up a website, do Zapier. I have to, come up with a lead magnet. It's going to take me months to write this thing. And what is it even supposed to look like? I have a home buyer's guide from my broker. Is that enough? So that was kind of my thing, is instead of having it be a pendulum and all the coaches screaming at you and saying on their short form videos, you need a lead magnet, you need to do that. I pretty much am here to say, look, it's easy. Let's make it actionable and let's make it happen. So that's my motto. That's a lot of things that I do in terms of agents. How I help them is just make it actionable. I don't want you to be stuck for, months thinking to yourself, dude, I'm failing. I need a lead magnet. I just keep hearing people say lead magnets, or I'm failing. I need to start YouTube. Like, what am I doing wrong? That's my goal. Anything that I do has to be actionable within like a day. You got like James, one of my lead magnet playbooks, was that actionable, would you say, or how did that go?
Oh yeah. Right away I took it, I copied and pasted and threw it into ChatGPT. I read it myself.
So like that's my thing is I'll kind of dive really into it. This is a mastermind, but every time, at least when we host masterminds, when we have a guest speaker, it ends up going and saying, yeah, it's mastermind, but eventually the spotlight's on the guest speaker to kind of make some things happen. So I just want to start with, if anyone ever has any questions or anything along the lines of that, or wants to butt in, add to the conversation, feel free to do so, because I know it's a mastermind. I'm not really planned. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. And that basis is around lead magnets.
So before you get started on that, do have a question. So I think I was late to the Actually Agents Mastermind. And I think you guys had a nice little heated discussion right before I came in. So I guess the kind of two parts. So have you always grown your business by doing lead magnets, or were you trying other things and this is the one you're like,
Okay.
okay, this is what I need?
Yeah, no. So lead magnets are simply to complement growing your business. So it is something that we recently realized, okay, this is awesome. It is you're sending out print marketing. You're doing your 8-week 16 whatever letters warm up period, and then you're doing one every 2 weeks or whatever the print marketing schedule is for that you guys follow. Instead of just doing a shot in the dark, because that's marketing, okay, or post on social media, that's marketing, but it's a shot in the dark because you never know what's going to happen. So instead, you set up a lead magnet, which is complimentary on it. So I just did a post on it. It's think about it like this to make it easy. Let's say you're hosting an open house giveaway. Okay. $150. You have $50 and then $100 for whatever for the winners. But it's everyone has to go to the open house. You end up, sending it to all your social media following, send it to your newsletter, do some print marketing, door knock the neighbors, say, we're giving away, you were doing a giveaway, come by to the open house. Maybe 2 people show up if you're lucky. Like the only people showing up are people interested in that house or the nosy neighbors. Like that's all that show up. No one that's actually interested. So instead, what you do is if you learn how lead magnets work, you set it up in tiers. So you can go and send a QR code on your print marketing. All they have to do, it's like cash giveaway, $150. They give you their email. Boom, you collected an email address of a local homeowner. Now you send them an email that says, hey, come to our open house. We'll give you 3 more entries. So a lead magnet is a small commitment into something larger. It's like that. It complements everything you're doing. And it allows you to grow at a higher scale because you get more emails for less. It's just simply to make everything flow nicely. That is the basis of lead magnet. So lead magnet for us has just been able to capitalize on things we're doing. So like I've been doing events and, got in about 50 people just through events to sign up for one of my lead magnets. And that might not sound like a lot, but that's 50 people that have seen my face, know me, and now are going to see my weekly marketing newsletter. And, just it all adds up. And it's a thing of you need the lead magnet, but the lead magnet isn't going to change your business, but you need it. It's like part of that, it's a well-oiled, it helps build your well-oiled marketing machine. It's like, that's how I view lead magnets. And I know I kind of just been talking about lead magnets, assuming what you guys all know, but a lead magnet, simply enough, is something free, usually a solution to a narrow problem, or it can be a product or service, giveaways, anything like that. Lead magnet is just something enticing for free that someone can give you their email for. What you do with the email afterwards, that's your call. Usually it's newsletters, different. You can do personalized reach outs, whatever that might be. But that's what a lead magnet is. A lead magnet is something valuable for free that someone can click onto. So I kind of dive into it. I'll post a link to the ebook that I kind of put together. It's like 8 pages, super actionable, super easy. And you can kind of see what a lead magnet looks like. It is just, quick page, collect an email. You can collect name and phone number. That's up to you. Usually emails are a lot easier for people to give up if it's valuable. And I'm reading how to get emails for their newsletter. Someone put in chat, volunteering for a community Christmas celebration, asking how to get emails for their newsletter. I told them this exact strategy and they lost their minds. Never even considered doing this, as I'm the youngest guy there by 20 years. Older agents are not doing this. Are you using, I'll put a link. So I use Canva. I'll show you guys. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to jump in, or if I skipped over anything's confusing, jump in. That's
I just had a question, Ryan. I tried, I signed up for Designer. I mean, it's been hitting all my ads on my socials, so I looked into it. It was supposed to be this super easy. You upload a PDF, it creates you an ebook in like less than 5 minutes type thing, but it's just brutal. Whereas when I do things in Canva, obviously it doesn't have the AI component. Even if I have my templates, it takes a little bit longer. Or do you have a VA that does that stuff for you within Canva?
I don't use AI. I didn't use a bit of AI for mine, and I wrote it in 3 hours. And I've been able to host 2 events on it. And it if you want it to be valuable to your audience, and like AI is great, it's going to help you ideate behind it. But the catch to that is, dude, like, if you're going to be spearheading this, and this is going to be one of the main things you market around, all your print marketing, from here on out is going to have it on there. All your social media, all your call to actions are going to have your lead magnet on it. You know, I say just dive deep into it, just make it valuable. And when someone actually goes into it, they're like, oh, wow. Like, let me screen share real quick and show you what I mean by, like, that's exactly right there. Is it gets confusing because they're like, it's an ebook and I have to do all this design and I have to do all this stuff. I don't even screen share on Zoom. Share my screen. Oh, no.
Kyle, I have been using Designer also, and man, they sure like to upsell you on every little bit of the way. I don't know. I canceled my free trial and just got the base model, but I don't know. I kind of feel it's kind of brutal too. I was
It
expecting better.
sucks.
Yeah,
It's super laggy. It doesn't perform like they say it does. So I went back
yeah.
to Canva and I've reduced my subscription, but I didn't know if I was doing something wrong.
I've
But it's
had kind of the same experience. So
do you guys see this yellow
yeah,
stuff right on the screen?
yeah.
someone's drawing on your
Is that you?
screen.
Yeah, someone's drawing on me, man. I don't know if that's me. I don't know what I clicked. But how do I even get rid of that? Let me see. I have no idea what I clicked for that. Okay. So, for instance, like, this is one of my lead magnets, and I made this on Canva. So, all it is typically, I prefer lead magnets that are PDFs deliverable by emails or giveaways, but giveaways are short term because giveaways eventually you have to give something away. So, and giveaways are, like I said, a giveaway to me is something you upsell into, which an upsell is simply getting people into your open house, showing your seller that people are interested, and building connections. Like, that to me is an upsell for a giveaway. But if you want something that's like never ending, then you need digital, which is PDFs, spreadsheets. Sometimes you could do, hey, plan for, you plan your finances to buy. You can do a rate, like, I talk about it in here. The CFPB has something which you guys might be familiar with. It's like a free home loan toolkit, which is, you can compare top 3 mortgage rates. You can even do, hey, these are the 10 renovations or purchases you need to make 6 months before buying your house. It's like what you want to, or to increase your home's value to sell before you sell it. Sorry, not buy it, but like, that's the type of stuff you want to be targeting, is the stuff that's not, hey, I want to sell today. It's the stuff that people go on your Instagram profile. Maybe they see a story highlight, and it's got to be easy for them to buy in. And I like relevant things. I talk about it in here because they never fail. Relevant being, you know, this is, like I just said, the spreadsheets or anything to do with buying a house, because that's your clientele. You don't want to make a lead magnet on, growing as a real estate agent unless you are selling to real estate agents. Make lead magnets for people in your market. So there's 2 things. There's local, which is food places, walkability scores, neighborhoods, whatever that might be. That's local because anyone in your database can get value from it. Then there's the wide range of the more nitty gritty, like I said, the renovations before you sell your house, things like that. So let me show you. So this right here is, I made this on Canva in 3 hours. And the only reason it took 3 hours is because I'm a little bit whatever. But you can see it is extremely, like, it's big words. I forget what font I used on it. Big words, lots of spaces, just sentences, actionable, easy to consume. Like, this is what a lead magnet like can look like. You don't need a 36-page home buyer's guide to with a ton of graphics to impress someone. You just need something valuable, easy to consume to impress someone. Like that's the name of the game to us, is just make it so stupidly easy to consume and make it valuable. Because you, like I said, I mean, if you go to your broker and you look at their home buying guide, I'm guaranteeing you right now, it's probably 25 pages or more. Like no one's reading that. If I'm going to be honest, no one's reading that. You know, you maybe someone will read it if you pass it out at open houses and like one of those booklet things, because that's kind of valuable. But, you know, I'm not a big advocate of things like that. And the thing is also they should be easy to make because you want to rotate them around. So you get caught spending 5, 6, 7 days on what content goes into it, what pictures should go into it, designing it, messing with VAs, messing with whatever, when it's like, dude, they should only take you like 3 hours, not even. I literally put in there, you can even do it online. So somewhat what I talk about in the lead magnet playbook that I posted in there is you don't even need to make your own lead magnets. You can find a ton of valuable ones online. Let's say you're doing long form videos, YouTube. You walk around for 15 minutes around a neighborhood saying, this is what the streets look like. This is what the houses typically look like. This is the neighborhood. This is my thoughts on the neighborhood. Like, let's say that's your YouTube game. That in itself is a lead magnet. You can go put that YouTube video into AI like Luca does, turn that into, break it down, put the walkability scores in it, put whatever it might be. Now you have this city or county or whatever that might be as a lead magnet. And that's something you could grow on. So eventually you could do all of your, sometimes counties are big, but like whatever, like 3 local counties or 5 local counties. And within a year, eventually, when you have out-of-state people and all the stuff you're doing online and all this marketing, or someone's interested, like, I want to move over here, what does it look like eventually lead magnets play into this longer game of like, dude, I have this entire database of stuff. Like for me, my main game is marketing, so I have a ton of marketing stuff. If an agent comes to me, because I work with a decent amount of real estate agents, if they come to me and they're saying, look, like, I'm struggling with leads, I'm struggling with nurturing, or I'm struggling with whatever that might be. I'm struggling with ads. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm struggling with social media. It's like, dude, I got you. I have a write-up on this. I've got a video that you can watch. Like, check this out. Let me know if you have any questions. Like, just make it simple steps. And like, that to me is the biggest thing with lead magnets. It shouldn't be this crazy thing of, this is my marketing. Like, this is my this is going to solve all my problems. I'm going to finally be able to get leads. It complements what you're doing. So
Hey,
don't stop
Ryan,
what you're doing.
you
But
said you build this on Canva, right?
yeah,
Now is there like ebooks templates on there, or did you just like a
I'm
document?
gonna be
Because
honest. I straight up just I put it in there. I wrote what did I do? I wrote a newsletter on lead magnets. And then I simply just put it into, I just decided turn it into Canva, because I went on an event with Kristen and Sean. Some of you guys may know them. And they did a poll on whether or not I should speak about creating social media content or lead magnets. And lead magnets won by a landslide. And I kind of felt shot down because my social media content, some of the videos that I do on editing are pretty dope. And that is just, well, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, but let me show you on Canva real fast.
They do have some templates in there. I quickly whipped one up for a client of mine just a couple days ago. They have some
okay,
that you can play around with, like on the left. Yeah, there'll be stuff like that restaurant business plan. That's the one actually I use, my template. You can kind of figure it out from there.
Yeah, like really, I went in Canva and you guys can see I just put text thing, copy it, you make it a PDF. Like, you can do dude, like your lead magnet can literally be a link to an unlisted YouTube video you have. It is just very simple. And then I also dive into setting it up on how to deliver it. So for instance, I go into Google and put it into Google. You can create a shareable link that everyone can see once they access it. So like for instance, if I go to my ebook, I linked in here the free home loan toolkit. Let me see if CFPB. Is that going to load? That is not going to load. Oh, no, it's going to load a bunch now. But that is like this one's long, but this is just like it's all you need to do for a lead magnet simplified is your lead magnet. You need to be able to access it with a link, and you need to be able to send that link to people. So however you do that, that's up to you. And ManyChat, we'll dive into ManyChat a little bit. I don't utilize it too hard, but we utilize it a lot of actually agents. Is sure you're kind of aware of what ManyChat is, but really it's just how do you get someone's contact information and how do you send them something valuable and how do you make it valuable enough that they enjoy it, they read it, and actually consume it.
You're right. I do actually, because no one's actually really gone into ManyChat, and I was kind of playing around with it. So if you are able to kind of show us the back end and how you kind of have it set up.
I don't have the back end of actually agents on here. Luca is more the ManyChat guy, if I'm going to be honest. So for mine, I don't even have ManyChat set up on my personal account because, when I post, I get maybe 10 people. Like I just did one like 4 or 5 days ago, whatever, like a week ago. And I got like 10 people. It's not that hard for me to personally respond to 10 people. But Luca, when he gets into the hundreds of people responding, wanting this valuable thing, then that's when ManyChat is super valuable. Or if you're one of those people that don't like being on Instagram much, or you just know you are slow to respond, or you like to leave text hanging, if you're one of those people that are like that, ManyChat's huge.
Can you go into what ManyChat is?
Yeah. So I'll actually link now. BAM has you guys aren't aware, Broke Agent Media. Now BAM, they have a ton of stuff on ManyChat, but I'll dive into it a bit. I'm gonna be going if you guys follow me on Instagram, which is kind of my big play, is I'm starting to grow my Instagram slowly. I'll be messing around with different marketing things like funnels and different techniques with ManyChat. But simply put, what ManyChat is it's an Instagram / Facebook authorized application, which is, you've probably been scrolling on social media and seen someone say, reply to this with the word pineapple, or like reply to this with the word whatever. Okay. And I'll send you something. That is ManyChat, because what it happens is someone replies with the word, for instance, we do one that's called follow up. Someone replies with the word follow up. There's different variations of follow up we have set up. They reply, they instantly get sent, hey, thanks for your interest. They sent in the DM. So it's either on Facebook Messenger, I think, or I don't know how Facebook works, but Instagram, it goes into the DMs and it basically says, hey, thanks for your interest, blah, blah, blah. Now click this you can send them a link, or you can continue to get information from them. Now, I prefer just saying, send them the link right away and have them fill it out on your form, because ManyChat has a bit of a conversion issue where, some people collect emails through ManyChat where it's like, hey, thanks for your interest. What's your name? Ryan. Hey, all right, can you send me can you type your email? And then people type their email, or maybe they send Ryan, and then it's like, then they send a second message that's like, I'm a mortgage broker. And it just like messes up the whole thing because they don't realize it's a bot right away. As stupid as that sounds, some people don't, but it is a lot easier ManyChat is a way to easily get engagement. entice a word, market a word. You can eventually brand a word, like we brand the word Discord on ours for Actually Agents. And people know that word over a long period of time. And that's just a way to send them it. And also, it doesn't hurt your conversions on. I don't want to dive. I ramble a little bit, but I don't want to dive deep into it. But anyway, if you are posting links on your story a lot, if you're even if you're having people go off platform directly from your stories or your Instagram posts, Instagram/Facebook does not like that. They want people to stay on the platform. ManyChat is the loophole to that. And it's, like I said, it also builds up brand and it's a bunch of things. But I want to say ManyChat it's fairly simple to set up once you get going. They have some pre-made templates. Like ours at Actually Agents, Luca is more. I don't know if Luca's here. Let's see. Do we have Roger Penguini in here? No. But no, like ManyChat is, we pretty much just have it say, yo, send us the word Discord, send us the word follow up. Then they're like, yo, thanks for the interest. Here's the link to apply. Here's the link to join. Boom, just instantly go. Like less friction, the better. Like everything that I do in terms of marketing on Luca's side and my side is less is better. The easier it is for someone to join something or consume something, the more likely someone is to do that, because our attention spans are so in the water of just scrolling on social media. And especially if you're doing it through social media, people are like, I want to go to the next reel, but I'm interested enough to respond. So like, how do it's gotta be flowed enough. So like, that's a big thing for me. What about him?
What up, dude? Question kind of about ManyChat. I think my big hesitation with getting started on that is that I don't really have a big following on Instagram yet. And I've noticed that if I have auto posters, and I don't know if ManyChat's going to fall in the same realm as this, but like if you use like auto posting through Keeping Current Matters, my impression rate dives. Like it's almost as if the algorithm knows this is not me generating that content and it just shoots it way down. So do you think that guys like me who are still building a following and not getting a lot of engagement yet, still trying to master that whole thing, using ManyChat could potentially hurt my channel? Do you think, or am I kind of?
I wouldn't say hurt. I wouldn't say hurt, because if people are typing the word pineapple in your comments, that's engagement. Now, you have the argument of, I'm probably not going to have a lot of people inquiring about this, so it's probably not worth me spending $10 a month. I don't know what it is. I think it's like $10 a month, maybe less. I think they also have a free version, but like, that's the only thing is, if this is going to be your main thing, like some people have audiences that are super engaged with them and they'll have like 100 people. And unless you want to go through and reply to 100 people, it's probably not worth it. That's why I'm not huge on ManyChat directly. I just think find the type of person you are. Like I said a little bit earlier, it's, if you're one of those people that like to let DMs kind of sit and like you have like 8 in your messages because you're not responding to your friends' memes, like it's probably likely that you're not going to be instantly responding to everyone that gets that lead magnet. It's like, that's when you should use ManyChat, because you don't want to leave people hanging. But if you're like, you're one of those guys that are on top of everything, always responding, like not an issue, I still would brand around a word personally, because like I said, I don't even have ManyChat set up on mine, but I use words and I've gotten probably 10 people, which is not a lot, but it's 10 conversations that I wouldn't have had previously. So it's just, I like the branding because it makes people respond, brings them into the DMs. They're not just clicking a link. And that to me is very valuable.
Yeah. And I guess that's, as you were explaining that, I kind of figure, because because it's just you responding, right? Like it's not initializing new posts, right? It's just
yeah. ManyChat is simply in like responding to messages.
Okay,
like
then disregard my concern on that, because it's probably not going to affect the algorithm, because obviously, when we're doing like auto posting through like KCM or whatever that is, that's the initial content. And that's where I see the impression drop off. So if you're putting your own content out there and it's getting impressions and doing your stuff, then ManyChat probably won't affect
No, not at
that
all.
that
Not at all. ManyChat is not something that posts. ManyChat is lives in your DMs. And ManyChat is actually authorized by Instagram. Like I'm pretty sure Instagram has specific code for ManyChat because there's on business pages, if you look at someone's DMs, there's actually prompts and there's different things that ManyChat can engage with. Like ManyChat has a partnership with Meta, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to call it. They have a partnership with them so that I would not shy away from using that. I would shy away from using auto posters. But if you're one of those people that like to plan everything on Sunday, an auto poster is better than nothing. It's just like you said, it kind of does hurt engagement because whatever. And also when you're using an auto poster, you don't have that, like for me, if you're posting something, you're more likely to make sure that it's correct. Like you're going to read the words. You're going to be like, wait, this sounds iffy. Than if you're just plugging like 10 into an auto poster on Sunday, like that's one thing with it. And I don't know. It's something to play with. And again, social media is sometimes not a big pillar. Maybe you're not getting a lot of engagement, but at least when people search up your name, like for me, and I'll get to you in a second, Kyle, but for me, like the thing with lead magnets is you can have it in your story highlights, or you can put in your bio, DM me the word, again, I'm going to use pineapple, DM me the word pineapple, and I'm going to send you home buyer's guide. I make it easy, whatever you choose to do. Like that's things you could do so that when a client searches you up and you have it plastered all over your social media, you have all these call to actions that are very easily accessible and low entry. That means that lead doesn't fall through and people can get value right away. They don't even have to talk to you. And they might not be wanting to sell their house for 6 months, but we're just talking about it with their wife. So they're looking it up online. Like, who would we even use as a real estate agent? It's like, that's the thing with lead magnets is they just need to be there. Like they need to be there when they're needed. It's like, that's how I view it. And part of lead magnets is engaging people. And I like to do that with words, and that's ManyChat. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I've got a lot of stuff cooking. So slowly but surely, you'll start to see kind of the long-term vision on lead magnets and how I view it in terms of doing graphic design behind it to kind of funnel them through. I'm kind of messing with it. You'll see eventually though. And it'll be new. So anyway, Kyle, what's up?
All right,
There's two
buddy.
Kyles. I'm going to get to Kyle Mark. Kyle Mark was first. So what's up?
Yeah, thanks for being on the call. A couple questions. For the first one, I was on my other screen here, just looking at your lead magnet ebook. When you talk about having like a landing page for it, I use Chime. I think there's like unlimited through my CRM landing pages that we make.
Boom.
I know that you have a couple recommendations. Do you recommend doing it outside your CRM, or if there's a place that we can make that funnel within our CRM?
Does your CRM, do you send your weekly newsletters on there? Or do you
I
have
use
anything?
MailChimp.
Use MailChimp for your weekly newsletters. So
on Monday and Friday, yeah.
So the thing with that, the reason on that lead magnet, I talk about use the platform because all these MailChimp has landing pages. Your CRM has landing pages. There's websites for landing pages. Google Form is a landing page. It's free. So, but use the platform that you're going to utilize the email on, because otherwise you're going to have 10 people. You're going to have your landing pages on Chime. Then you're going to have a Zapier automation that brings those emails into MailChimp so that when your weekly newsletter goes out, you're actually sending it to them. And that's kind of a pain in the ass. So like I say, go on the platform, go on MailChimp. MailChimp has landing pages, set up a landing page on there. Now the second someone enters their email in there, it's already in your database. And you could set up, I talk about it in there a little bit. I use ConvertKit for an example, but like if you go and search up either welcome email or incentive email or automation email and then you follow it by the platform you use, whether it's Constant Contact whatever, MailChimp, you can even check your CRM. They'll all have guides online of like setting up a landing page, then how the landing page, the second someone puts their email in, you can see the email that goes out. It's like they all are pretty plug and play in that. And that's the big thing is that I kind of haven't really dove into yet on this call is a lot of people get flustered because they have all this idea they need this lead magnet, and then people are telling them to use I think it's .co, and then what's the other one? I forget what the other lead page is. Oh, card.co, and then leadpages.com. And then it's like people get confused, and it's very simple because the email marketing platform or the CRM you have right now or Google Forms like already have landing pages right there. Just make it easy. And then if you want to dive into it, like for us at Actually Agents, I go the complicated route, but the only reason I go a complicated route is because we have it send into so many different things. But for you guys, you're just hosting a newsletter, most likely. So like, make it easy. That's the big thing. And it's so easy. They have automation set up, welcome emails, like it's plug and play. Just put in your link to your PDF, say, hey, thank you. Or maybe you did an open house giveaway, tell them the details, tell them when the giveaway is happening, whatever you want to do in that email. And you could even have a follow-up sequence if you want to have, hey, reminder, the open house is happening, XYZ, come through. Hey, the next reminder is, hey, we're going live. Boom. Like whatever automations you want to set up. Like they're pretty plug and play.
Cool. And the second question I had, just talking about those posting platforms. I've been within Instagram because you can schedule your posts within Instagram itself. I don't know. I haven't done it where if you can, well, I guess you could schedule multiple. If you're using the tools within the platform, is that going to hamper your interactions? I feel like they're the exact kind of same if I do it the same day myself or within the Instagram scheduling tool. I find that it doesn't really change much. I don't know if you have any insights with that.
Now, I have not tested it, so I'm not going to give you like solid advice. The only thing I'm going to say is when you're sitting on the throne for 5 minutes and you're scrolling on Instagram, that could be 5 minutes. You could just be posting it instead. So like, it's not, I prefer to post. I would say it's better to post it manually because like I said, if you're sitting on the throne for 5 minutes, you just had your morning coffee, whatever you're doing, man, like don't scroll on Instagram, just do the post. Like it takes like 3 minutes. So like, I don't know. It's just another step. Like the only schedules that actually work are Twitter schedulers, Twitter ones, because their platform the way it's built. But like I've never heard of an Instagram scheduled post that like did well. Or YouTube scheduled posts are good, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've heard anyone have success with it. And even like the big top people like Alex Hermosi, they don't schedule posts. They have their people go in personally and post it simply because when you have that personalization of someone posting it, they're going to second guess them. They're going to look through it. Maybe you'll miss a new feature. Maybe there'll be a new feature on there that's like a different tagging thing, or maybe you want to try something else. So it's like, I like to go through, I would say just personally, it'd take you 3 minutes. Tell yourself, write it on your to-do list. I'm going to post this Instagram thing. Like if you're scheduling it on Sunday when you have like 3 posts ready to go for the week, just say on Monday, I'm going to post this. Wednesday, I'm going to post this. Thursday, I'm going to post this. And just make sure you take 5 minutes to do it and don't think too hard into it, person. That's my opinion. But again, I haven't used the Instagram scheduler. So
And do you post across like multiple LinkedIn, Google, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, all that sort of stuff? TikTok, then you have like 5-6 forms that you're doing.
I personally, I mess with it with Actually Agents. Sometimes we'll go post it on over here, then we post on YouTube, but I'm not that consistent with it. And it kind of depends on these platforms. So LinkedIn, for instance, I would say it depends on your content, but do it. but there's no reason not to do it on all these platforms.
Just do it individually. Don't use any of the, because I know within Chime, the CRM, they have an auto posting tool across all
Yeah,
platforms too.
I personally wouldn't if I'm gonna
Good.
be
Okay.
like, because these platforms, like you're gonna have an automated post goes out on all these platforms, and they're all gonna have the same caption, and they're all gonna go out at the same time, and like, yeah, they're different entities, but it's like, I don't know. Some of them are different. For instance, like YouTube, you want to have sometimes some platforms you want hashtags on, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want different hashtags. Like YouTube, for instance, in the comments, let's say it's a long form video that you put into a short in the YouTube comments, you're going to want to put a link to that YouTube video in there. That requires you to do it. That's personalization. And like all these platforms have their different like vibe to them. Like LinkedIn, the caption you put on LinkedIn is going to probably be a lot different than the caption you put on Instagram or Tinder. Like whatever you're posting on, it's, you got it. I personally, again, I mean, just mess with it. Whatever works for you. If you're one of those guys that just tell yourself you're going to post and never post, schedule is better than nothing. So like I'm one of those guys that are just like, do what works for you. And that's why I even said with the ManyChat thing, like if you're one of those guys that can respond right away and never leave in a notification and respond to every damn email and even the spam ones, like then that's great. Then you don't really need ManyChat right away. But if you're not, probably set up ManyChat because you don't want to leave your audience hanging for 3 days. So it's like, just mess around what works with you and try not to over analyze it too much.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Kyle Powers.
What up?
So what you're looking at, then you're collecting emails and then you're just essentially just nurturing them with weekly newsletters, dropping information and all that stuff that way, and essentially waiting for them to reach out to you to say, hey, I'm ready to buy or sell a house. Is that kind of the
so
goal
I
there?
don't do it. If I'm going to be honest, I don't do anything because I'm a mortgage broker. I don't do anything personalized for clients right now. And that's something I'm building towards, is I'm getting better on the client side of things. I've been with actually agents. So my audience has always been real estate agents. So the depth on that is a lot different. Like I'm a lot more excelled in the real estate agent than the client acquisition in terms of the way everything's set up for me. Because to me, if I get referrals from real estate agents, so it's usually pretty straightforward. But well, I'm sorry, what was your question exactly? It was
So that's what I'm curious about, right? Not necessarily, I know you're not going to have the conversion rate, but I guess is that because like for me, the play is always phone. I would rather have phone number and name, or even just phone.
okay. You're saying the nurturing thing, like how I'm reaching out.
Yeah,
How I
well,
would
yeah.
reach
So,
out?
okay. So now what happens is you've got all these lead magnets and all
Yeah.
this stuff. So if someone says, okay, I want Kyle's buyer guide, they click on it. Now I've got their name and email, hopefully. And now am I just sending newsletters every single week? And
I would
that's
do
it?
personally. Okay, so depends where the audience came from, but in your case, I'd be personally reaching out. Like if you get a client that signs up for your home buyer's guide, take the time to personally reach out. Like that's a big thing, especially if, let's say, their email is their name, you know what their Instagram is, or whatever, you even have their phone number. Like that is a point for you to reach out. But there's different levels to it. So it's like, hey, are you planning to sell in 6 months? So don't wait for them to reach out to you. Definitely don't. But there's also levels to it. Like if you're doing a massive print marketing $150 giveaway that just requires an email, those people aren't trying to sell their house, but you can build a relationship with them. They just want your $150, but you can still build a relationship with them. And eventually, if you do it right, they might come to your open house. They might follow you on Instagram. They might join your live stream when you do the giveaway, whatever that might be. So there's like levels to it. Like there's certain ones that, dude, if it's a home buyer's guide or if it's a seller's consultation, like obviously you're going to want to be reaching out. So like I would see what works for you. And the second you get a lead, reach out. Unless you're getting like 100, 150, like boom, obviously at Actually Agents, we're not reaching out to each one of them personally and being like, yo, did you like this? Like, how was it? Like, that's just not a high return on investment for us. But if you have like on most audiences, you're not going to get that many most likely home buyers signing up for your guides unless you're some like Ryan Serhant. So like anytime something comes through, reach out to them. That's my 2 cents. Now on the phone number, like I said, there's been times I've required phone number, because the thing you could do with a phone number on a landing page is you can also incentivize, say, hey, well, for instance, at open houses, you can do email. We'll email you a link to the floor plan, and we'll also text you the listing details that are not on Zillow. So now your lead, you can even have a lead magnet at your open houses that require email and phone number, and they're automated. So it's like, this is like a skill set that you just got to be creative with it. There's definitely no one size fits all. Like I said, for instance, that open house thing I just talked about, I run open houses for multiple agents, and that's what we do. I have it set up where they incentivize, so an email goes out and a phone and a text with the listing, because we want the phone number of these leads. We don't just want the email. We want the phone number. So depends like what you're doing. And if, like I said, if it's the print marketing, you probably don't need their phone number. You just need their email. If it's something different, you want their phone number and their email. So just toy with it.
But I guess that's my question though, is that, so your play then is not necessarily, obviously if they download a buyer's guide, Ryan Foreman grabs my buyer's guide, then I shoot an email back to him and says, hey, I'm, just checking in. If you need anything, what can I do? Blah, blah, blah. But then at that point, they don't respond. So now they just drop on a newsletter. That's what the play is though.
No, I would say I have different automation set up for like your CRM. You probably have, or you can even create an automation. Like I have automations for open houses. So it is a funnel where it's like, okay, the open house, the email goes out for the link to the floor plan or whatever, and then like extra listing details. Then I have multiple emails that go out over like an 8-week period. It's like, that's totally automated, but that's just unique to my open house lead magnet, nothing else. So like that is dependent on the lead. Like you can go like an open house one. Okay, it's different because I'm a mortgage broker, so like it makes sense for me to really be hard at open house leads, like because they might already have an agent, but they might not have a competitive rate. So it's a lot easier for me to like call them and get it over with. But like that you just got to toy with, like, where's the lead source coming from? What's the lead magnet? How do you envision it? But that dives deeper into like how far you want to go and like how much you want to put into it, because I don't have that set up on a majority of our lead magnets that I put together. I just do it for open houses, because if I'm landing an open house with a real estate agent, you bet your ass I'm going to try and get them some fucking deals and get myself some deals as well. Like that's my goal. Like that's the only thing I have to do. So I'm going above and beyond for open houses. But if I get a lead submission on like an ebook or whatever, I don't have any products to upsell them in. I just, I'll shoot them messages, send them on, say, hey, join our mastermind. Or for instance, someone will respond to my email and be like, yo, this is super valuable, or I really like this. I'll be like, yeah, dude, literally shoot me a message if you have any questions. So I get, that's educational. So I think you just got to figure out what you want to do with lead magnets. Like there's so many different skill sets you can do. Like I just mentioned, open houses, social media, print marketing. You can even put lead magnets in your newsletter. So for instance, if you do a newsletter, I talk about this in one of my newsletters that I wrote, articles, is your lead magnets can also play into your newsletter, because let's say you do a newsletter that is always like the best food restaurants, the new Netflix series that are out, the local events going on. You can sprinkle lead magnets into that newsletter that are saying, hey, I just actually put together something super valuable. If you guys own a house, it is the 6 renovations or the 6 things you need to buy under $1,000 that can increase your home value almost not tenfold, but like 3, it could increase the return on investment, can make 3 times. Like sometimes like a security system can increase your home's value really like high. So you put that in your newsletter that is already talking about local events, And now your massive database of all the open house leads, all the print marketing you did, you now have another filter. So every single person that clicks on that, even if they sign up for it or not, you reach out to them because you can see who clicks it. It's like, that's another thing, is you got to kind of view it long term, because a lot of you guys probably have a CRM of like 2,000 people or more over a significant period of time. A lot of those might be Zillow leads, open house leads, your grandma's email, whatever that might be. Just like, that's another use case of lead magnets, is like you can filter people through large audiences and make it niche and then reach out.
Hey, Ryan, so what's kind of like a good strategy? I think Luca kind of hit on this a little bit ago, about, do you like take like one? So like right now you're going on tour with your lead magnet of your new book and stuff like that. You're, it's easy to find and stuff, and you're really hitting it hard. Is that usually the best strategy? Is like take one for like 3 to 4 weeks and really hit that, or take that month and just hit it
This
and
was
go on
not
tour?
planned. This was not planned. So this just landed. Like I said, I made that lead magnet about creating lead magnets because I felt uneasy that someone would rather learn about lead magnets than some of the video editing styles that I was doing. So I was like, my ego got shot down. So I'm like, all right, let me just make this actionable. Next thing you know, I'm like, okay, this is super valuable. And I already wrote a newsletter on lead magnets. So it's pretty easy for me to understand them and piece it together and make it all happen. But on your point on the 3 to 4 week thing, I would say there's different levels to it. You can rotate around. Like if you do lead magnets on counties and walkability scores, you don't want someone to click your link tree and have a 50 million links. You usually want to try to spearhead one and kind of like shift it through. But that's what the story highlights on Instagram and things are really good for, are a database of that. So you can have, like I could have an entire story highlight on just this lead magnet that I've been doing all this stuff for. So I think spearheading it, if you can come out with one every 3 to 4 weeks, do it. But I would say you probably want one that people know you for, or maybe you want like one ManyChat word that you're branding around. Like that's a long-term game. But like I would say personally, this is just off the top of my head, so I don't know, but I would do a branding around a word for like, I like these are the 3 things you need to buy under $1,000 to increase your home's value. Because like I said, like security systems, or like what are those heaters, like those fancy alarm heaters like that you can do on your phone, like that's things that'll increase your home's value. Like those are really easy. So like that's something that I would say, have like one thing that you really like and you get engagement on, be your like spearhead it, and then everything else you can kind of trickle down. You film a YouTube video walking around the neighborhood showing off the schools, you put a little book together on it. Like you can do that for 3 to 4 weeks. And the long-term play on those are just anytime someone's looking at your account and maybe thinking of moving, if you're big on YouTube, maybe you have a client that's like, I'm thinking of driving hour down south, like coming to your area. I know you're a real estate agent. Like, what's it look like? Like, what should I know? Boom, you have a YouTube video, lead magnet, whatever, send them it. And like, it's just like a database. So like for me, I spent a lot of time on marketing newsletters, and I can't tell you, it's the amount of times that I've had a real estate agent ask me about like social media or lead magnets or newsletters. And I'm just like, boom, I got something here. It's been different with clients. You might not have it at the scale I have it, but good to have it, because eventually you become an expert. And they're like, dude, I just watched this guy for 15 minutes walk around this neighborhood. I just read this ebook on the walkability scores and the schools and the whatever. And what to watch, what streets not, I can't put what streets not to go down, but like, they like it. So it's a long-term thing. And I try to, like, I kind of started this was, I want to make everything actionable, is just don't view it as this big thing. Just view it as something that's like long-term. You don't need to consume yourself for 15 hours straight, just only doing one thing and never do it again. It's just kind of a consistency thing. Like let's say you're walking to the Starbucks, like film your YouTube video, make it a lead magnet. The thing is you just want to learn, take 3-4 hours, learn the basics, learn a landing page, learn the delivering, learn what it looks like. And the second you do that, now any other content you film, anything else you piece together, the article you just wrote on a conversation you had with a client because it made you think of something, whatever that might be, now you know how to share it effectively and maximize your marketing efforts. So it's like, just look at it long term. What can you do that's easy, and just get it out of the way. Add this little gear to your engine. Take the 3 hours, learn how to set up a landing page, learn how to deliver it, put it on your Instagram story, but just set it up once. So now when you have another thing that you want to send out, you know exactly how to do it. It's not going to take you 3-4 hours to set up this and figure it out and set up this automation and watch YouTube videos. Like, just get that over with and you're good.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, really appreciate you coming on here. It was just a quick announcement on December 1st. We will have the Broke Agent on here. So make sure you come to that. And then next week, we are not having Agent Power Hour due to Thanksgiving. And then Ryan, I really appreciate you coming on. Definitely, I've implemented a lot of stuff with your whole ebook and lead magnets that I'm working on too. So I really like the idea. Especially with ChatGPT and all the info in the world, it makes it pretty simple and easy.
Perfect. Real quick, I'm going to show myself. So my Instagram, I'm going to end up, it's a work in progress. So we've transformed my previous Instagram into my personal. But if any of you guys have any questions ever, that email that you guys signed up with the lead magnet, you can reply to that, ask me questions, or if it's something in particular, go on Instagram, shoot me a DM. I'm happy. I'm here to help. But yeah, that's about it. So if any of you guys have any questions, I ramble a lot up here. So if anything was misunderstood, I won't take it. Or if you want to message me and say, yo, Ryan, you suck at speaking, this is how you can improve, please do, because I don't think I'm that good at these. Like I said, I like to ramble. So anytime, I'm easy to reach. So
well, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, go follow Ryan. He's a huge help. And then also Discord is on at 5:30 on Mountain Time and 7:30 Eastern, right? Where Luca and Ryan, we have a lot of fun time. It's kind of pretty laid back because it's the end of the day. People have already started drinking, some of them.
Yeah.
And so and then they could get in some nice arguments about cold calling.
Oh, dude, last night was funny.
I wanted to bring that up between like you and Kyle Powers and talk about your guys' things on it, but I guess we ran out of time.
Yeah, all good. No, I appreciate it. And I'm going to try to make these more. It's hard.